I'd like to call the meeting to order. As a first order of business, I'd like to inform the people listening and on Zoom that we will not have video tonight, but we will be able to hear you and answer any questions. All exhibits will be available in the building office this week, as they always are, and they were before the meeting tonight. So if you have questions afterwards, please reach out via email. Second order of business this evening is we have a new building official. Mr. Chris Costa has joined us once again after a brief vacation over on Jamestown. He's come back and he's our building inspector and building official. So I'd like to welcome Mr. Costa, and you'll see him driving around town. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Second order of business will be a roll call.
Andy Bacon.
Here.
Eric Curtin.
Here.
Chris Souza.
Here.
James Miller.
Here.
Tom Heaney. Here. David Hontoon.
Not here.
Olin Gambrell.
Missing.
And Tom Silvera.
Missing. Second order of business is I'd like to get a motion to adopt the minutes from our last meeting, November 24th.
Motion to adopt minutes.
Chris Souza made the motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Eric Curtin, second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries 5-0. The next point of discussion is we're going to sit as the Planning Board of Appeals. But before we can do that, we're going to have to set meeting dates and brief dates. Do I have the three attorneys on the line? Mr. Galvin, are you there? Mr. Lees, are you there?
I'm here, Mr. Chair.
Hello, Mr. Lees.
Hi, how are you?
I think in the interest of time, I'd like to do two things. One is, I don't know whether your peers are on the line, but I don't think we're going to have time during a regularly scheduled meeting to have the Planning Board of Appeals. So I'd like to schedule a special meeting for that. How long will it take for you to develop your brief? So that we can.
Mr. Chair, we actually have had some discussion with the town solicitor, the conflict solicitor, and the attorney, Mr. Lynch, for the applicant. And we've come up with a briefing schedule, which I can share with you if you'd like.
I would like that very much.
Okay. So based on the briefing schedule that's been discussed, the objectors, appellants, which is myself, Mr. McGilvery, on behalf of St. Columba's, and Mr. Galvin, would file our briefs by February 9th. The applicant, appellee, represented by Mr. Lynch, would file a reply by February 23rd. And then objectors, appellants, that's us again, would file a SIR reply of less than 5 pages by March 2nd. And then the hearing would be scheduled on or after March 9th.
Okay, that sounds fine. I will work. We can actually try to set a date tonight, or if you'd like to get back, we've got the next regular scheduled zoning meeting to confirm a date in March. So we can postpone the actual hearing date, but we can memorialize these dates of the briefs if that works for you, Mr. Lees.
That would be fine for me. Perhaps we could see where things stand as of the February meeting.
Okay, very good.
Mr. Chair, it's Steve McGilvery. I'm here as well. I had a little trouble connecting, but I can at least I've got audio at this point, I think.
Yeah, we don't have video this evening, Mr. McGilvery.
Okay.
Are you comfortable with those dates?
Yes, we've talked to opposing counsel, Jay Lynch, and the town solicitor, and came up with those dates. So I think those are agreeable to everybody, and it just is up to the convenience of the board as to when you actually have a hearing after March 9th.
Okay, so that'll be fine. Are you comfortable with us setting that date at the regularly scheduled meeting in February?
Absolutely, whatever works for the board.
Okay, very good. And I don't, is
Excuse
Mr.
me.
Galvin on the line?
I I am, Mr. Chair. I had a little bit of difficulty signing in, and I don't know if you can see me, but I cannot see you. But I did catch the dates mentioned. That is consistent with my understanding, and I'm in agreement with those dates.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Excuse me, I'm not sure if anyone can hear me. This is Nancy, Court Reporters.
Yes,
Yeah.
you can, Nancy.
Okay, 'cause I was not in at the very beginning of the meeting, so I'm not sure. Are you having a meeting tonight? Do you know whether or not I was in when you started? Do you need a stenographer tonight?
Yes, we do, yes.
Yes.
I don't know how I'm gonna do this there's no video. I have no idea how I'm gonna take this down. You're saying that there's no video all night? All I'm seeing on the screen are giant names.
She can't hear me. There's no.
There is no video this evening, so can you do it off of sound only, or is that going to be an issue with identifying?
Well, right now, I know that it's the chairperson talking, but it was just Celeste's name that was coming up on the screen. So if I'm just going by taking down the name on the screen, I mean, if everybody, I'll try it. If everybody who's speaking, I'll just take down the name that's on the screen. I won't know whether that's actually them or not.
I will make sure to remind people to state their names when they reply.
Okay, and it's gonna have to, all right, and will the board members' names actually come up when they speak too?
No, but I'll make sure that they mention their names. So this is Jim Miller.
Okay, I'm not sure how far into the meeting you guys have gotten, but I
We're
will start
We're
taking it
very
down. as-
short, not long into it.
Okay, so I'm gonna start taking it down now. Sorry for the interruption.
No problem. Thank you very much. Okay, so with regards to the Planning Board of Appeals, we have the calendar set. February 9th is the first briefs due. February 23rd will be the response from the applicant. And then March 2nd will be the rebuttals. And then we'll set a hearing date at the regularly scheduled meeting in February for a special meeting to be held sometime in March to hear the case.
That's
Great.
fine, Mr. Chair.
That is the Planning Board of Appeals that we'll have to run in February.
And
Any
then-
questions on that from anyone?
Mr. Chair, Matt Lees here. I just did have one procedural or technical matter regarding this appeal, and that was, I just wanted to confirm that the record of the planning board proceedings, which would be, you know, the plans and the correspondence and everything and so forth, has been transmitted to the Board of Appeal. I assume that would be something that would be handled between.
That is correct, Mr. Lees. We've received multiple packets on this. So,
Okay, thank you.
okay, so with that, I'm going to move on to our regular zoning board of review meeting. The first order of business are continued or withdrawn cases. Mr. Heaney, can you read the first case?
This is a continued withdrawal case. Nicholas Paisanos, owner, 2 Tony Lynn Terrace.
There's a letter in the file. Mr. Pazianos has requested that we withdraw it without prejudice. Do we need a vote on that, Celeste? I believe.
I don't believe so, but if you, is the solicitor on this evening? We have a solicitor.
Yes, Mr. Solicitor.
It's not Mr. Regan, it is Chris McNally.
Chris, do we need a vote to withdraw that?
Christopher McNally, are you on? Does not have his hand raised. We don't have a solicitor.
Is there anyone on the line from our solicitor's office? Either Mr. Regan or Mr. McNally?
I think it's a personal ownership, you know, preference to withdraw that we don't have to say, that we don't need a vote on.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and do this, but what pulls into question, can we hold a meeting without having representation? I'm not comfortable doing that.
Not either. Mr. McNally did pick up his package and he was aware, he was given all the information for the meeting this evening.
Let's take a 5-minute recess and call.
I'm going to call a 5-minute recess so we can reach out to either Mr. Regan or Mr. McNally and find out if we have a solicitor for this evening's meeting. So we're going to recess 5 minutes.
I can get this number really easy.
Okay.
I don't think the vote will have any weight.
I got 3 attorneys that can't get online.
Yeah. and
Russ
then like
Jackson, Jay Lynch, and David McNartland.
Yeah,
I think we're going to have to call the meeting.
okay, call the meeting. Yeah, call the meeting until we can get this resolved.
Agreed?
I can't. Motion to cancel meetings.
I don't need a motion.
Technical difficulty.
I'm going to call the meeting back to order quicker than 5 minutes. We are having massive technical difficulties with our provider. And I would like to point out that the East Coast today has had several issues because of fiber optic outage. And I know that there's been reported issues in Rhode Island. My office was told we were going to be off today. We were on and it was spotty. So in light of that, I don't think it's prudent to go forward. I don't have a legal counsel on board representing the board and the town. So with that in mind, we're going to have to cancel tonight's meeting and we will work to come up with an alternative date with Mr. Costa and Ms. Celeste. And everyone have a great night. Stay out of the snow. Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Chris Souza makes a motion. Do I have a second? Second. Motion made and second. Meeting adjourned.
6:16.
Sorry about that, guys.
No, it is what it is, and hopefully we'll be
It
able
would
to
have
get
bit us
this
in the butt
resolved.
anyway.
It's not worth the effort.
Right.
You know,
Better off. I mean, I agree with you. I mean,
It is what it is.
There's been issues all up and down the East Coast.
Yeah, and, so what I wanted to talk to you about, and I'm gonna let everyone know, is that I resigned, and my last day will be February 12th.
Heartbroken.
Pardon me?
I'm heartbroken.
you,
so am I.
I'm actually retiring, not resigning.
Good for you.
Retiring.
I hope you're happy.
I have a long
Well,
road.
It's
So-
been very good work.
It's been hard work, but, there are matters that I'd like to take precedent right now, so I need to resign.
Yep, okay.
So that being said, I wanted to let you know, and,
I will
I
make-
apologize for the short notice, but it's,
Whatever's best for
I
you.
had to do it quickly. Okay? So, okay, we have a new assistant, I believe you met her, Angela Marshall. She's a new administrative assistant. I don't know how the office is gonna handle, filling the zoning enforcement position. That's gonna be up to Mr. Costa and of course Mr. Brown. But, I'll do the best I can to get things
Thank you for everything.
going. So it is what it is.
I'm going to go ahead and pull Dick's thing because we voted on it.
I believe that's approved.